Good afternoon and welcome to Münster-Osnabrück Airport, right in the center of Germany. What we see here today is really the sad result of the Corona crisis. For me, it's the first time to be at the airport, at least from landside, and I was looking forward to have a better impression, closer impression of the passenger terminal, but unfortunately the entire area here is totally deserted, empty, and even the big terminal is closed. You cannot enter the terminal itself, you cannot enter the terrace, so there is absolutely no human life out here. It's really scary, in fact. Now, there is a reason for me why I came out today, and since I cannot show you this nice little regional airport here, at least I will be able to show you some flight operations, because this week in June 2020 marks the very first week when AIS Airlines has resumed domestic flight services within Germany. That's a Dutch airline. They are having an operating base here in Münster-Osnabrück Airport, and they are running domestic flights, for example, from FMO, how they call this place here, to Stuttgart Airport. And also, before Corona, they had additional scheduled services to Berlin, and they are also expected to resume shortly. Now, this is very exclusive, a very fresh first look into the restarted operations, and I'm really looking forward to that. In addition, AIS Airlines is operating a fine fleet of classic BAE Jetstream 32 aircraft. Our ride today will be on such a beautiful plane with a very nice crew, so there's a fantastic day ahead of us. Obviously, it's not going to start in this deserted terminal here, but today the flights, or this week the flights of AIS Airlines are handled still in the general aviation terminal, and this is where I'm going to meet the crew in a moment. Now, thank you very much for being with me, and have a wonderful day and enjoy a beautiful ride today.
Hi guys, my name's Edward, and today I'm going to show you together with Bram some features of our Jetstream, which is behind us. It's some good old-fashioned British engineering, and we're going to take you from Münster, which is in Germany, quite near the Dutch border, to Stuttgart, which is, well, somewhere in the south, near the Alps. It's going to be a short flight, and we're going to show you together how we're going to do our flight preparation. We're a small company. It's called AIS Airlines, and we do everything ourselves. We've got an ops department, but there are two people, and they help us out a lot, but we have to do a lot. So bear with me. We'll show you around and see how it is. It's an important operation for our company. It's the backbone of our existence, and we have some more flights. This is our backbone, but we do some stuff in Sweden, sometimes in England, sometimes in Croatia, all over Europe actually. So I hope you enjoy our little afternoon, and I'll talk to you later. Maybe Bram wants something to add?
I'm thinking about it. I think you already explained everything what we are going to do today. I'm the co-pilot for today's flight. Together with my captain, we will fly you to Stuttgart today.
Yeah, we also operate a flying school actually, and the nice thing about this operation is that we employ our students from our school. And to be honest, it is an extremely tough learning school flying this one, because it's a difficult plane to fly. It's got no autopilot, it's got all the basic instruments, and when we do our operations in Sweden, especially in the winter, we operate this aircraft in airports which are uncontrolled, procedural approaches, low temperatures, so it means low temperature corrections and all that stuff. And for somebody who's 21, 22 years old, it's a very steep learning curve. And I dare say that if you've survived a year or 2 years on this one, you're a wonderful asset for a large airline with a very good experience.
For now, we are going to take a look at the papers for today. and you can come with us, see what we are doing during the briefing, the pre-flight, and thereafter we are going to the aircraft and we start flying.
Yeah, just
Let's go
follow
inside.
us, go inside. Let's go this way. All right, guys. Well, since we're a small airline, well, this is our humble little office. I mean, previously I used to work for KLM, and it's all fancy. Same with Lufthansa and British Airways. But you know, we have to do with a computer and a printer, and it does the job. So our way of working is that the first officer usually gets the all the stuff out, which is good for me because I can take it easy, and then we run together through well, the weather and the NOTAMs and the passenger load and everything. Then usually I take the envelope and start filling this out, which is what's 11 today, yeah? 6 and 2020. It's the Papa Hotel NCI today, and it's the 505. Is that correct?
The 505. Yeah.
505, and we go from FMO to STR, and I don't know that, and I am Bao, and you are Bro, yo bro, and we don't have an ACM today.
Now I'm in the system to take a look at our passengers for today. With the small aircraft we have, it's important that we have a sharp look at the passengers, if it's male or female, and how much baggage they have. And that's important for our master balance, which we made later on.
Now, my aviation friends, you know that it's all about passengers in our job, and the more passengers you carry, the more money you make, and you operate. Your operation has got reason to exist. However, we only got, I think, 1, maybe 2 passengers today, which is not a lot, I can tell you. But this is the first week after the Corona crisis we start operating, and you know, like any other airline, we've been well, grounded basically because of the regulations. And we've started up. We knew that there was hardly any passengers, but it's a sort of like catch-22 situation. You know, if you don't go, there won't be any passengers. But if you do go, and you know, you have to start somewhere. So we just decided to start going, and then people know that we're doing this operation again. Like I told you, it's our backbone of our existence for our company. And we hope that the passenger figures will get to the better side in the next couple of weeks. And we're sure it will. You know, it takes a bit of time to people getting used to again. Bram is looking at all the figures now, and you know, today's a no-brainer because we hardly have any passengers, and we just load it up with fuel. We don't have to discuss it because there is no issue here. And I've been in aviation for a couple of years, and one of the expressions I've come across and I use a lot is like fuel is a substitute for brains. So we just fill it up, and then we don't have to think about it because we got enough fuel to go there and back, and maybe twice that over. But you know, in our aircraft, we don't have such a large penalty of which you would have in a 747, for instance. Like if you take an additional 2 tons, that it costs a lot of money. We don't have that.
And sometimes fuel can be critical. If we have a lot of passengers, for example, we are fully loaded with 19 passengers, then we need to take a look at our fuel, and maybe we need to refuel at our destination. But as it is today, we just fill it up. It makes it easier for us to depart on Stuttgart later on, because we don't need to refuel over there. So our turnaround can be quicker, which is comfortable for our passengers as well.
And the quicker we're home with the wife, of course, drinking beer.
That's another thing.
Yeah. Anyway, Bram and I get along really well, actually, because last week, you know, this is like an airline, regular flight every day, actually. But we also do some some charter flights actually, anything which comes along, and if we've got the capacity we do it. And like last week we actually had a really nice flight together. We left on a Tuesday towards Karlskrona, I think it was, in south of Sweden. And we had to carry passengers from there to Newcastle and later on to Edinburgh. And they were sort of like high tension cable layers on a ship. And there are 1 month off and 1 month on, and then we carry them back home. So apart from the airline, we do all sorts of other stuff as well. Like a couple of years ago, we had this lovely place in Croatia. We did with 6 flights a day or something, which was pretty good. It was ACMI actually, and anyway, we don't do that anymore. So anything which comes along, we'll do. Well, this is a very good flight preparation, you see. So I think we have a malfunction here. So I think we have to get the emergency checklist out and see why it isn't printing.
While our friends Edward and Bram are trying to fix the printer in the crew briefing room, which I'm sure they will, let me take the time and show you the inside of this beautiful Jetstream 31 for a first time. And also I can show you a little bit how in the meanwhile I place the cameras. Now obviously we don't have any power on the aircraft, so it's still gonna be dark. You have to live with that, unfortunately. Nevertheless, have a look. Come on.
Well, we've done the flight preparation. Basically, our SOP tells us that well, we go through it together, and whoever is pilot flying goes through the briefing, and I draw the short straw, and I'm flying you to Stuttgart. So what we have here is our flight plan, and basically it tells us that we need 1.6 tons, 1,600 pounds of fuel. But like I said earlier, that's a no-brainer because we just filled it up. Actually,
I already said it. Yeah,
a
few
yeah,
guys
okay.
on his
So
way.
the guy's coming.
Yeah, the guy's coming.
So we look at the route, the Domek, Germinghausen. It's all in Germany, guys. So you better get your atlas out. And we've flown this route many times. So I look at it and the route's fine. So that's the way there. The weight and balance, well, we got not so many passengers. I explained that before. Everything needs a signature of the commander, and you can see, very important, we're well within the envelope of the weight and balance. So it gives you the weight, the passengers, the weight of the fuel, and everything. So that's all within limits. Scheduled flight. Commander is and Stuttgart back to Münster. And if I look at the route here, it is exactly as I remember it last time when I was flying it. With the weight and balance again, needs a signature again. And I mean, Bram's he's done a really good job. Yeah, that's good. Well, very important. I mean, some of you might be flying, some not, but you know, it all flight preparation is sort of like very important for a successful flight. Successful flight starts here at the briefing room, and we see that we've checked the actual and the forecast from Münster, and it's fine. It's got all the nines and variable winds, and so no worries to leave and no worries to get back. Same for Stuttgart. It's also very nice. However, later on we checked the NOTAMs already, and the ILS on both runways is out of service. which means that we have to fly a non-position approach, which would be a VOR, I guess, a VOR approach. That's not a problem. We check the weather, and we don't need an ILS, so we can easily do it with a non-position approach this afternoon. Well, here they are, and we marked ticked all the boxes of here it says ILS 25 US. So the NOTAMs are checked, and they're all within limits. Obviously, we use, you know, if you've got fancy jets, you've got a nice FMS, and you type in all your data, and you get your runway and your weight and your V1, V2 and everything. But we got old-fashioned paperwork, guys. It still works. So these are our, yeah, what you call it, yeah, performance tables actually, which we use for departure. That's it. All right, guys. Well, we're here in the hangar. Aircraft is here. Big airline, you know, they've got their engineers, they do the walk around, and as a pilot, you go and sit in the front. We do it ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that, actually, because even when I used to fly in the big ones, I used to walk around it anyway, just to have a glance if everything's okay. And basically, you know, over there, there's some other aircraft here in the hangar, and I always say, because I instruct as well, I said, your walk around starts here, because then you can see if there's any damage, if it's parked all right, if somebody hit the wingtip or whatever, but your walk around starts from a distance. And it's the same here. This is our aircraft, and when I walk towards it, I always look at the general state of the aircraft. Now, as you can see, these ones here, they are the flaps. And of course they're not supposed to be out like this, but when it's parked overnight or for a couple of days, it loses its hydraulics pressure, and before I do the walk around I have to pump it up. So if you follow me, if you come inside, we'll do it like this. It's a bit of a tough job actually, but so it's a bit dark in here, but we're inside and we don't have any ground power here, so now, over here, if you look at this here, we got sort of like a hand pump, and let's see if I can get it out. Here is the hand pump handle, and this one actually, you wouldn't say, but could save your life, because this is a it's only very light aluminium bit of stuff, but it gives you the opportunity to pump down the gear if you have a gear failure, for instance, or the flaps. Now, I don't want the flaps sticking out, because it, yeah, it's a pain when you do the walk around. You bump your head. So I'm going to pump it. It's better than the gym. It's anyway, you'll see. I'll just pump it up like this. Flaps are raised, magic. But yeah, okay. First thing I always do is remove these things. There's some covers everywhere. These are covers. I'm out of breath. You stick in the static ports, and you wonder why would you do that? That's because very often when it's parked outside, it'll little insects or tend to go in there. You don't want that. Well, why are the covers in there? Basically to protect the engine, of course, but we have had incidents, you know, if you park it for a longer period of time, it's a lovely place for birds to get in, nice and warm, so we cover it up. Pitot covers. There's a gear pin in here. We'll leave it in because, as you see, it's connected to the tow bar, and it's going to be towed outside, well, in a couple of minutes. And gives us the opportunity to do the walk around inside. Now today it's dry, so that's not so such an issue. More pitot covers and engine cover. There you go. I'll just put this at the back, and I'll be with you. Right. Well, now we do the walk around. It's like if you do a Cessna or a 747, you always go round like that, clockwise. So what we do is look underneath here, and we look at the state of the brakes. Now there's a little pin down here, and it's difficult to see on camera, but the pin is down there somewhere. It should be sticking out, and it gives you an indication on the brake discs if they're worn or not. Obviously you need a fair amount of space on the strut. The tires, very important. And basically I always look in underneath here. There's all pipes, hydraulics and bleed air pipes, and I basically look at their condition, whether there's any leaks or not. And this looks fine by me, actually. I mean, they're very, very, very good aircraft. I mean, they're not young anymore, but they do a great job. General, feel and look of the wing. I must see if I'm not on ground power, so I can't see whether the lights are working. So that's something I should do later. Obviously we need the navigation lights, but I can't do that because it doesn't work on battery. I came well prepared. I've got a screwdriver. Same again. I mean, I've never flown 747. I don't think you check the oil level like I do here. But any other aircraft, you know, like a Cessna or stuff, it's just like a Cessna, you know. It doesn't run if the oil, and it's got plenty of oil, so make sure it's very tight, otherwise it gets really messy. Okay, we just give these a little twirl. See if it's not obstructed. Well, it's not. Air inlets. I've had flights, not with this particular aircraft, but with my former employer, that we just had birds in there. So just check it's unobstructed. Well, I already told you about the gear pin. These should be fine. Like if you have a large aircraft, you can get into the avionics bay and have a look, but we can't. So we just look here, like the strut, if it's still got enough, well, how would you say that, space there. The tires, they look pretty good to me. And oil level number 2, the other engine. Let's have a look. Yeah, plenty of oil. And yeah, boots are okay, wings okay, and underneath here again, whether there's no leakage, if everything's in good shape. Wheels are in good shape. Brake discs, perfect. Maybe this one's a bit easier to see. I don't know if you can see it. If that's all flush with this, it means your discs are worn. Mind your head. Oh God, I've banged my head so many times. And front of the wing. Navigation lights are not working, but I already explained. And the wake up the birds if there are. Looks fine to me. So all we have to do now is, well, it's nearly time to go, but wait for the ground staff to pull us out of the hangar, and then we start boarding, and then off we go. The aircraft's outside now, so we have to do a couple of more things. Like if you follow me, I explained we are a small airline, and sometimes we have cabin staff, but not always, you know. Oh, bit of a noise. And like today, we don't have cabin staff, and you know, as a captain or the first officer, we do everything. So I am your cabin staff as well today, and like everything, well, we try and please our guests as much as we can, so we can make coffee if you like. Anyway, but so we don't have a lot of passengers, but and mostly this is the cabin staff doing it. But since we don't have any, I'll do it. You know, we'll take a couple of beers. It's not for us though. And we take, let's say, a couple of Cokes, is good. And maybe we have some people who are dieting, you know, because summer is coming up and you have to go in your bikini or whatever. Some Diet Coke, some sweets, Mars bars, Kit Kats, and a couple of Twix. And now guys, Dutch stroopwafels, really nice. You know, if you have a hot cup of coffee, you put this on top of the cup and then it really warms up and melts the caramel in there, delicious. And we got a couple of noise cancelling headsets, and that should be it. That's it guys. Oh, you know.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys, we have to wear these. You have to wear them everywhere in aviation land. All over. All right, guys. You see, and I carry the heavy stuff. Oh, there's the fueler. Nou, Bram, wil jij de deur open? Ja. Oh, you open the door. Yeah, maybe you can get the step out.
Yeah.
It's our stairs. Actually, we made it ourselves. Down here, folks, is the aft baggage compartment. We got down, I forgot to tell you earlier, down there we got a pod, that's what we call it. You can stow some bags in there, and mostly people stow hand luggage in here. It can carry actually quite a lot of weight and bags. You'd be surprised. Welcome aboard. I explained to the viewers already that on this aircraft Well, I'm the captain, but I'm also the cabin staff. I do everything, and the ground handler. There's 4 safety features I'd like to tell you about. It's easy. You're sitting to an emergency exit. We've got 3. There's one. There's another one here on this side, and the other one is the door you came in. Then we got the seatbelts. I have that over here. So if you fasten your seatbelts, like this is how you fasten it. You tighten it, and you open it like that. Also, we have oxygen masks. They drop down from the panel here, and you put them in front of your nose and mouth and breathe easy. Just pull a bit, and then it activates the flow of oxygen. And last but not least, I can't recall there is any sea or lake in between here and, and Stuttgart, but we have a life vest which is underneath your seat. You put it over your head, tie it with straps around your back, and you pull the plug once we're outside, and then if you have to top it up, you can use this. So that's underneath your seat. And then last but not least, we have the safety card, and you can review that if you like. So Bram, the first officer, is already busy doing all sorts of stuff there. You want a drink? Wollen Sie etwas zu trinken? Ich habe Bier oder Cola Light oder...
Bier wäre schön, ja.
Bier wäre schön. Our passenger wants a beer, so I'll get it, because I don't have any opportunity to leave the cockpit because it's not allowed. Here, I got 2 just in case you get thirsty. That's actually Swedish beer. We brought it in from Sweden.
Swedish?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you want any of this?
Yes. I know this.
Okay. Have a good flight. Paperwork's always, you know, they always say once the paperwork matches the weight of the aircraft, you can go. So.
It's true.
You know how much fuel we had?
Yeah, 900 liters.
900 liters. And no oil because we checked it, remember? And since it's summer,
Yeah,
we don't need the icing.
the icing is not necessary.
I get rid of this stupid yellow jacket, then at least I look a bit more like a pilot, do I?
Takeoff speeds 11, 14, 15. Already
11, 14.
check that in the Fliegbestand.
Well, I'm not the thinnest person, but it's sort of like a skinny captain being in here.
I checked the AIS weather is fine, as expected.
Okay, are you ready for a briefing?
Yeah, should we do the pre-flight checklist first, or would you like to give the briefing?
No, I'll do the briefing
Yeah,
and then we
okay.
do the. So it's the performance we checked earlier in the briefing room, so that's no issue.
Yep.
It's the Münster Osnabrück 310-3 Alpha departure plate, and it's valid from the 6th of March this year.
Yeah.
Basically, it says, let me see, it's the Domek. Which one was it? Did you say?
The Domek 3 Echo.
Domek 3 Echo. It's straight ahead, basically, to NDB Mike Yankee November, 4.4 miles MOD, turn right, track 202 to Domek. So basically, we want to fly straight ahead to the 371, which is set over there.
Yep.
The track is 202. It's a standard engine failure procedure, so in case of engine failure, we just fly straight ahead, level up at 3,000 feet, and fly back for the 07 ILS
Yep,
vectors.
that's fine.
Aircraft is fine, no temps we checked, there's ILS is out in Stuttgart, and we start up both engines, 2 and 1, and then we turn to the right, taxi, fly taxiway Alpha all the way to the beginning of runway 07.
Yep.
That's it. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. I don't know what is wrong with my seatbelt, but
Yeah, that's better. You're too
This is the
fat.
You're
too fat. Bram.
yeah.
Okay, let's get on with
Yeah.
it because it's
running out of
departure time in 3 minutes.
Pre-flight checklist. External checks.
Check complete.
Main door.
Bolt locks and strays.
Escape hatches.
Secure.
Gear pin, backdoor key.
On board.
And circuit breakers.
Checked
in. On my side. Checked in. The oxygen
Is on.
on my side. Strobe lights.
Off.
Battery voltage.
Checked.
Ground power.
On below 30.
Documents.
Checked.
Emergency lights.
Test and armed.
And the cabin lights.
Set.
Navigation lights.
On.
And the flying controls.
Free and easy.
And the gust lock.
Is engaged.
Proper sync phaser.
Off.
SRL TTL.
On.
Bus time reset.
Off.
AC control.
The normal.
Engine start panel.
Lights out.
Air ground switches.
Air. Nee, ground.
Ground and rotary switches.
Second.
Rotary switches.
Off. On normal.
And the TTL test selector.
Off.
Ignition.
Ignition normal.
LP cox. LP cox test and open. A DVH Carson compass 3 in date. And checked. Cap is tested. Then the autopilot. Sorry, the battery out switches are on and the autopilot flight director. I'll just check it. Can you put your heading back to the right to the left? Yeah.
Left and right. Yeah.
It's working. Altitude. Ground button and standby. Autopilot flight director is checked. The trims already did before. Just a quick check again. The trims tested. TCAS and GPS tested and set. Landing gear.
Down 3 greens.
Few low level captions.
Check.
And the hydraulic pressure.
Sufficient.
Pressurization panel.
Second?
Pressurization panel.
Set.
Air conditioning panel.
Set.
Temperature control switches.
Off.
Flap selector.
0.
Power levers.
Full and free.
RPM
Full
levers.
and free.
Flow selectors.
Off.
What was the last thing I said? Flow selectors. Yeah, fiber selectors.
Center.
APR switch.
Off.
And feather selector.
Off.
Engine feather levers. Go. Checked. And tested. Emergency hydraulic selector.
Normal.
Hand pump handle.
Stowed.
Emergency equipment.
Check.
Check to my side. Utility lights. Check to my side.
Yeah, my side.
Settings overclock.
Free and normal.
Flight instruments. QNH 1010.
10.
Set to my side.
Yeah, my side.
I have 140.
Yeah, 160.
Check. And the left and right is curve panel off my side.
My side.
Pre-flight completed.
Okay,
So we have to start up already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before start.
Start. Main door bolts handle.
Closed. Locked.
The portable devices off my side.
Off.
Baggage area.
Baggage area is secure.
Cam signs.
On.
And the parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speed discussed. Crew briefing.
Understood?
No questions.
Okay.
Nav GPS
Set.
set. And I put the 3 echo departure into it.
Yep.
Power levers.
The ground start.
RPM levers.
Taxi.
Prop and fuel cap.
Closed.
Checked on the right side. Generators. Off. Fuel quantity.
Yeah, more than enough. 3.2.
And before start completed. Startup.
Startup. Yep.
Pax briefing.
It's complete.
Door lights.
Out.
Yeah, checked. Lights out. EGT.
Below 200.
Avionics.
Off.
Rotating beacon.
On.
DV windows. There we go.
Closed.
And close secure my side. Fuel feet is normal. Outside. Right is clear.
Number 2, please. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, starting number 2.
Rotation outside.
Rotation inside.
Timer started.
Light up. Outside.
Start. Check. Starting
correct.
internal checklist.
Stand by 1.
Starting internal.
Let's wait until this guy's gone.
Check.
Right, starting internal checklist.
Start internal after engine start number 2. Normal indications.
Normal indication.
Right generator.
Off.
Right generator.
On.
Yeah, check. The bus time.
Is set.
The battery switch.
Say again?
Battery switch.
Yeah, it's
Internal.
internal.
Yes. GPU chokes.
Removed.
Generator load.
Is check.
And outside.
Starting 1.
Inside.
Rotation in.
And on. Check.
What pressure?
Check.
After start.
After start. Generators.
On sharing.
Avionics.
Yeah, on.
And the fuel suite. Fuel suite is tested and normal. Ignition. Ignition is on test. Air ground switches.
Air.
Oil cooler flaps. Open. Weather radar is standby. Temperature control switches. Auto. Flow vents open. Some fresh air here.
Yeah. Need that.
Yeah. Hydraulic pressure.
Checked.
And 4 times 2 with the brakes checked and checked on my side. Flaps.
10 set.
Trims.
Set.
Flight instruments checked on my side.
Check.
Connect from 010. Bad warning.
Check.
Aircraft and aft protection.
Check.
Full identity.
Check.
Windshield heat or no rope. Ground equipment.
Removed.
Start locks.
Released.
Seats and harness. Secure my side.
My side.
I'll start completed.
Let's go.
Okay, ask for taxi here. And ground spinner 505. Request taxi.
Spinner 505 taxi, holding point 07 via Delta Alpha and Bravo.
Via Delta Alpha Bravo, holding point 07, spinner 505.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Let's go.
Check.
Off blocks 1539.
39. Check.
Right.
Taxi checklist.
Ja, taxi checklist.
Transponder. On ground. Taxi light on. Brakes and nose steering.
Check.
And the flight instruments check on my side.
My side. 10.
Start, sorry, taxi checklist completed. 39 you said.
Okie do. Turn left here.
Right's clear. Well, at least the weather's better than in the Netherlands now.
It is.
Tower, good afternoon. The spinner 505. Reaching holding point 07, ready for departure.
Spinner 505, hello, call you, landing traffic.
Order, spinner 505.
Well, guys, as you know, stressful part's almost over. You know, passengers boarding, catering, door closing, starting, paperwork, all that crap. But almost ready for takeoff, and then it's we can put our feet up and
Relax a bit.
again. As far as that's possible, of course, without autopilot.
Yeah. We always need to concentrate on flying the aircraft.
Spinner 505, line up runway 07.
Line up runway 07, spinner 505.
Okay, then, line up checklist.
Line up checklist. Strobe lights on. cabin signal given. Cabin lights off. Gust lock handle full down. Flight controls.
And the bottoms are checked.
Checked. Top is checked as well. Stop protection. Tested and on. Transponder, L shoots. Windshield heat on a black. Pitot heat on. Flows off. Oil cooler flaps normal. Runway heading is checked. And the cap normal. Alarm check is completed.
Spinner 505, remain on my frequency, wind 080 degrees, 8 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff. Preceding is joining right-hand traffic circuit.
Copy that, remain on your frequency, runway 07, cleared for takeoff, spinner 505.
Okay, RPMs to flight.
Landing lights on. And RPMs to flight. Here we go.
Set power.
Power set. Cap clear. Airspeed alive.
Check.
70.
Mic controls.
Zero controls. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps up.
Acceleration altitude. Flaps up.
Flows open.
Flows open.
Your damper on.
And you'll damper on.
Spinner 505, contact Langen 129.3.
129.3, spinner 505. Bye. Lang radar, hello, the spinner 505 is climbing out on the Domek 3 Echo departure at 1,600 feet. Climbing 5,000.
Spinner 505, hello to the 5, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, spinner 505.
Okie doke, turn is at 4.4.
4.4, check. And 4.4.
Right turn.
Climb power.
And climb power. Just direct Domek.
Ja. Spinner 505 was direct Domek.
Second, please.
The spinner 505 requests to direct Domek.
Spinner 505, for the time proceed to Tufti.
To Tufli, spinner 505.
Direct Tufti, GPS.
Affirm Tufti?
Yep, wait for it.
Ja. Now you can put the eyes on.
Anti-ice on.
And 182.
1013.
1013. Set to my side. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear flaps up, lights out, checked. APR off. Flows open. Oil cooler flaps shut. Fuel damper on. Cabin pressure is set. Climb power set. Eye protection. Just turn it on. And the cabin signs. And the cabin lights will be.
The cabin signs can come off.
Okay. Cabin lights. Cabin lights off. I will check this one. It's difficult to do this. It's not working on the ground. Working now. Like this.
Okay.
Emergency
Then
Spinner 505, direct Siegen intersection.
direct Siegen.
Direct Siegen, thank you. Spinner 505. Affirm Siegen? Yep.
Yep, flight level 100.
Landing lights off.
Landing lights off.
Fuel signs are already off. We're climbing flight level 150 on 1013.
Check.
And pressurization is checked. Climb checklist.
Climb checklist, please. Yes.
Cabin pressure is checked and fuel boost pumps above flight level 200 on. Climb checklist completed.
What's our final cruising level actually?
Cruising level 170. And actually, have to take a look. We are only burning 4 pounds more at 150, and it will save us 3 minutes.
3 minutes, 150. Well, we left a bit late, so.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's a good choice.
what's 3 minutes in a lifetime, folks?
Yeah.
But you know, all to keep the passengers happy. So maybe we can have 150 as final level.
Spinner 505, climb flight level 170.
Spinner 505 on request 150 is fine.
Roger, maintain 150 upon reaching.
Maintaining 150 upon reaching. Thank you, Spinner 505.
Very kind.
Very kind.
Well, eyes off.
And as we said, in aviation, everything has to do with papers and paperwork. So we are now in the air for approximately 10 minutes, which means that we are going to check the fuel burning and check the weight of the aircraft again, so we can make a final calculation at the end of the flight, and then we can calculate the speed upon landing. So I will check the fuel again.
So actually, guys, the paperwork we have and the fuel figures and the burn is amazingly accurate. I mean, maybe off, I don't know, like 2 or 3 pounds here and there, but very, very accurate. So without the fancy FMS stuff, we're still pretty good in keeping log of our times and fuel burn, which is good, of course.
So I just did a calculation for the fuel, and today, as we said before in the briefing, we had full tanks, which means that we have plenty of fuel to go to Stuttgart and back as well. We burned 180 pounds for now, and we have remaining 3,080, 3,070, which is more than enough, so that's a good thing. And we are on time, and that's also nice.
Ich bin heute der einzige Passagier an Bord von AIS. Ich finde das toll, dass die Fluggesellschaft trotzdem fliegt. Ich bin seit circa 4 Monaten geschäftlich unterwegs, Stuttgart-Münster. Wir haben circa 70 Kilometer von Münster eine Schokoladendragierfabrik, produzieren circa 4000 Tonnen Schokoladendragés und wir richten uns gerade mit den Maschinen in der neuen Fabrikhalle ein. Und deswegen pendle ich jede Woche von Stuttgart nach Münster. Wie gesagt, ich finde das toll, dass die Airline fliegt. Schöner klassischer Propellerflieger. Ist angenehm zu fliegen. Schnelle Verbindung gegenüber 5 Stunden mit Auto. Stuttgart, Münster. Also tolle Sache.
And approaching.
Check. Right, this is the time, people. Cruising level, time to relax a bit, as far as that's possible, of course, because we still have to fly it by hand, but at least if you trim it a little, it flies by itself. So, okay, can I give you
the controls,
your controls for a minute?
Yeah,
150 inbound Ubeno,
Ubeno
track 164.
Check.
Okay, yeah, it gives you time to talk to our viewers there.
Yeah.
Hey Bram, come on. Yeah, no, I was meaning to say there's probably lots of guys watching out there who maybe pursue a career in aviation, and maybe you've started, or not yet, or you're in the middle of training, and who knows, I don't know. But you know, we live in a strange time these days with the corona epidemic going around the world, and aviation is always the first to suffer. So you know, if you're I've been in aviation for quite a few years now, and I've seen many crises appearing and going, and I just like to reassure most of the young guys who are watching this, don't give up. You know, you might not find a job straight away after you finish your training, but there's one thing I do like to say is that keep busy and working in aviation. Doesn't matter what you do. You know, cleaning aircraft or de-icing aircraft, or working at ops dispatch, or become a flight instructor in the meantime, or I don't know. But don't give up on aviation if you really want a career, because it'll all come back together again in the end. But it might take some time. You know, if you come to an interview, like a grading interview for a large airline, and you say, well, sir, what have you been doing the last 2 years or 3 years? And then when you tell them, well, I've been running a swimming pool for the last 3 years, they say, oh, very nice, thank you very much, and all the best. You know, but if you have built up a proper CV in aviation, no matter what, you'll be fine. So basically my message to you is don't give up. Sometimes it's people find a job easy in aviation, and when the time is right, and sometimes it takes a bit longer. I've had students who took up to 4.5 years to find their job, but they found it in the end. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you, so hang on in there.
Yeah, and maybe in the meantime it's a nice idea that I explain how I came to my
Bram's got a nice story. Yeah, I'll take over controls, Bram.
150.
My controls.
Your controls, flight of 150, inbound again.
Yeah.
Check.
Oh mate, you didn't trim it. Guys, he didn't trim it. Shit.
That's also nice to tell. In this small aircraft, we really feel every movement of passengers in the back. That means if a passenger is going to the toilet or change seat or whatever he wants to do, we directly feel that in the flying controls, and we need to trim it again, which is not always nice if you just trim it perfectly and everybody's going to walk, but okay, they can do it, and then we trim it again. That's our job. And now I think it's a nice time that I can tell something about how I started my career in aviation. To begin, I started my flight training in 2016 at AIS Flight Academy. And if you can hear AIS, that's the same company as AIS Airlines. We are flying now. AIS Flight Academy is the school, and I started there in 2016. Fun story, actually, I started with my twin brother. I have a twin brother, and we started together on the flight training, which is a really nice time. At first I did my theory part, and then after my practical part.
I never know whether I'm flying with Joost or Bram. I mean, they look identical. Shit.
And that's a fun thing as well, because Edward is also a flight instructor at AIS Flight Academy, which means that sometimes the students are flying with him as well. Yeah, I started there in 2016 after the theory, did my practical part, all in the Netherlands. I flew to a lot of different countries in Europe. Yeah, and did it like that. It took me, I think, around 2.5 years, and after I completed my flight training. And then AIS Airlines came there with an opportunity to fly for AIS Airlines on the Jetstream 32. And of course that is a great opportunity, so me and my twin brother took it directly. So we followed the type rating at Lelystad, and thereafter, yeah, we did the line training at AIS Airlines, and now we are flying both for the company for around 1 year now, which is really nice. I have a really nice time here. Learn a lot. This aircraft is quite difficult aircraft to fly, which means that you are learning a lot of things.
Yeah, guys. Shall I give Bram control again?
Yeah, micros.
Your controls. I just wish you luck with finding a job in aviation. Bram told his history. Mine's a bit longer, I'm afraid, but I'm not going to bore you to death with a lot of details. But I started flying many years ago, and I've been flying as an instructor for KLM Flight Academy a long time ago, and after that I joined the bigger aircraft, and I found a job with Air UK in England, and Air UK got privatized, not privatized, but got bought over by KLM, and that became KLM in the end. So in the end I flew for, I did all the Fokkers at KLM, Fokker 50, Fokker 100, Fokker 70, and I finished my career within KLM City Hopper on the Embraer. And after that I've been instructing on the full flight simulators for a while, but in the end I really felt like flying again, and I got the opportunity to get started on the Jetstream here. And like I said to you in the previous walk around and introduction, it's a very nice aircraft. It's not the newest, but it's still solid, and it works really well. So, and I'll just spend a couple of more years flying here, doing some local stuff in Europe. Brilliant. What do you want, hey Bram?
Yeah.
Anyway, so my controls again?
Yeah, your controls, 150 inbound to Beno. I think not all the viewers are familiar with AIS Airlines. I can.
I don't blame them. I mean, we're a small company.
Yeah, I can tell something about AIS Airlines as well.
Yeah, sure.
AIS Airlines is a company who started in 2009, and that was actually the time that the financial crisis was all out the world actually. And AIS Flight Academy, where I did my flight training, thought about it would be nice to have an airline for the pilots who came from the flight academy, just to have a first job, because finding a first job during a crisis is just a bit difficult. So they started AIS Airlines with a few Jetstream 32s, and later on there were more and more, and now we have a fleet of 10 Jetstream 32s, which is great. How they are organizing it is that we are flying with young, inexperienced co-pilots in the beginning, and we fly most of the time, actually always, with very experienced captains. Most of the captains are coming from other airlines, did a lot of experience there.
He means old idiots like me.
Yeah, also like Edward. So they have a lot of experience, can explain us a lot about aviation, which is very nice. With a lot of stories, we get more and more information, and we learn a lot as young co-pilots, which is very nice. We get a 1-year contract, and thereafter we can go on the market and search for another aviation job. And actually, all the time that works out pretty well.
Yeah, I think maybe not everybody, but I think at least 95% or more finds his way into a European aviation job
directly. Yeah, which is great. So 1 year is more than enough. This is a turboprop aircraft, multi-crew. The aircraft weighs more than 5,700 kilos, which means that that is an aircraft for big commercial aviation. That makes it interesting for other airlines as well to hire co-pilots after a year. We made some 500 hours after 1 year, which is enough to go to another airline again. And on that way we find our way in aviation, so it's a pretty good start. So I'm very happy that I can be a part of it. I can join AIS Airlines. Yeah.
Yeah. But don't forget the tip I was telling you earlier. Eh? If you don't find a job straight away, stay in aviation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't become a manager in a supermarket. I mean, nothing wrong with a manager in a supermarket, but it hasn't got a lot to do with aviation.
Yeah. Yeah. So any weekend plans?
Yeah, eating with family.
Yeah.
I made dinner already yesterday, 2 dinners. So
So you're well
that's all
prepared.
done. I
Nice.
made. It's quite nice actually. For my birthday a couple of years ago, I got I like cooking. I like doing in the kitchen. I got a cooking book this thick, and it's called New York.
Yeah.
And it's got comfort food and street food from New York. And one of the recipes in there is a sloppy Joe sandwich. For the American viewers, you probably might know what a sloppy Joe sandwich is. Well, I made enough for about 20 sloppy Joe sandwiches, and it's really nice. It's a mixture of Tabasco and mince and green pepper and
That sounds great. Yeah.
the Worcester sauce and lots and lots of ketchup. You know, good American tradition, and some tomato puree and stuff. It's really nice. And the other one will be rendang.
Oh,
I made
I
the
love
rendang.
it. Yeah.
That's for our Indonesian viewers. I don't know if there's any Indonesian viewers, but I've made some really nice rendang, nice and hot, and nice
I love it. Yeah.
beef. It's been in the oven for about 6 hours, so
Yeah.
it's really tender. So,
Really nice. Yeah.
a couple of beers, wine, rosé, and my weekend is sorted.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you got any plans? Chasing the girls, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
I think
I'm
that's not
just,
what. I think that's not what my girlfriend
I'm
would
just
want to see.
I'm teasing Bram, guys, because I know he's got a lovely girlfriend. So.
Yeah. No, I'm going to eat in a restaurant with my girlfriend. We're going to eat some sushi on Saturday,
Hey.
which is always good.
Sushi. That's for our Japanese viewers.
Yeah, we are all around the world.
Ready time to crack a couple of rude jokes? No, I won't do.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
fuck, you see?
Yeah.
Oh. There's no autopilot. You
No
fiddle
autopilot,
around with your
no.
microphone. You've lost 200 feet. When I do instructing, you know, on this,
Yeah.
on this the little ones, and then you've got the students. I mean, we learn it. I mean, it's you, me. We've all done it. You're flying around and you can't maintain your altitude, and you're flying 100 feet too high or too low.
Yeah.
So you mention it. You say, no, 100 feet high. Yeah. It's only 100 feet. That's usually what they say.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
only
yeah.
100 feet. So, well, how many meters is that? Well, it's approximately 30 meters, they say. So, well, 30 meters, how many stories of flat is that? Well, it's about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, okay, you go and jump off the balcony from the fourth story. That's sort of like, so
Yeah.
it's pretty high.
It's pretty high. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe for the viewers. The nice thing about this is, I told you earlier back in the hangar that this operation, Münster Stuttgart, is the backbone of our operation. We also operate to Berlin, not as busy as this one, and we used to operate to Copenhagen as well. That wasn't very busy, so we had to stop that. But besides this, we do some ACMI and and that's nice. That's a nice part of the job. I mean, I've been all over Europe with the airline anyway, but to do, you know, we get to see weird places you would never go to. You know, like the most remote places in Sweden or in. Oh, nice, Bram. Oh. And places in Croatia and stuff, and you know, we never know what's around the corner. Yeah, we might get a call from ops that they have some nice flights, so that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're already always prepared to. Yeah.
The
to
nice
go
thing about
around
it
Europe.
is that since we're a very small airline, we're very flexible. I mean, we work with flexible people. That's what we demand of people as well. You know, we're a small airline, and we have to be profitable.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to be flexible and fast, and that's what we can do. We can be flexible and fast, and that's thanks because we have a fairly nice group of people we work with at the moment. So,
Yeah, that's really nice.
you know, you have to be a bit enthusiastic, enthusiastic aviation person to operate planes like this and routes like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see as well in a small company like this, you were all working together. So yeah, you need to.
Hey, we've got 93 miles to go. Maybe we've got an 80s?
An 80s, the weather, yeah. Well, like I may explain as well a bit about the weather. In aviation, the weather is always very important, which means that before landing, if we are approaching the airport, we listen to a radio channel, which we call the AIS. And on the AIS they will tell everything about the airport, especially the weather conditions, but also the runway in use, and if there are special reports they will use that the channel for that as well. So we listen to the weather. The weather is doing great. There are a few clouds at 2,100 feet. The QNH is on 009er, the runway 07 is in use, and the wind is 050 with 4 knots. So I think you can manage
I think
that.
I can handle it, yeah. Well, the easy weather is usually the crappy landings.
Yeah. That's true, yeah, then you're getting lazy.
They didn't say anything about the ILS?
Yeah, ILS, as discussed, we only have a VUR. And we report that on the channel that we want to use the VUR and not the RP.
Yeah.
Are there more things to mention? Yeah, they are working on the east side of runway 07, which means that that there's a shorter runway, but I saw it already on the NOTAMs. We have more than enough for a safe landing.
Okay. All right. Shall I give you a briefing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aircraft is fine. NOTAMs we have checked. The ILS is on the surface.
Yeah.
Weather, absolutely gorgeous. No problems there. And then the briefing. We are going to make a VUR approach at runway 07 in Germany, Stuttgart. Plate 1301. 10th of April 2020. Transition altitude is 5,000. Final approach altitude is 4,000 feet. Final approach fix is 10.6 from Stuttgart VUR. It's also called Vater, but that's you know, what's in the name, Shakespeare said. We go down the slope with an inbound takeoff 072. We've got a check altitude of 5.9 from Stuttgart VUR, 2,500 feet. And then we continue descent to decision altitude of 1,980. If it all goes wrong, when we have to make a go round, we go straight ahead to 5,000 feet. And when crossing 5.6 from the VUR, we have that on the VUR, on the DME, on our DME panel. We turn left 5,000, or what was it, 5.6, whatever is later. We turn left into the Lubbock VUR, climb 5,000 feet.
Yeah, we have a little remark on that one. That is that the Lubbock VUR is not active, I thought. So if you take the controls, I can check it for a moment, and the NOTAMs
oh, okay.
will be for sure for that. Yeah. Your controls, flight of 150, inbound is at Sierra 411.
Well, another 10 miles, then we're about to descend. Well, in case of a going around, we just follow directions of air traffic control.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, getting a better view. Now I can explain as well a bit about the approach we are going to fly. Normally with this aircraft, when the airport has a ILS, an instrument landing system, we use that one. Instrument landing system is a system which guides us to the runway, even if there are clouds and we don't have any visual contact. With the instruments inside the aircraft, we can guide the aircraft safely to the ground. The thing is, at the moment, as we discussed earlier in our briefing, that the instrument landing system on both runways at Stuttgart are out of service at the moment. I think their maintenance now, it's a good moment for airports as well to maintain their ILS system. So we are using the VUR approach. And the VUR approach is an approach which we can also fly with this aircraft. It's a bit less precise, and that's the reason why we need to decide a bit earlier in the flight if we continue the landing or we need to make the go around. But for now the weather is very good, so we see the runway early enough to make a safe landing, I think. I think. I hope. Spinner 505, standing by for descent.
Spinner 505, descent flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130, spinner 505. 130 set.
Okay, that's checked. And descent checklist.
Descent checklist. And the fuel quantity is checked. Crew briefing understood. The fuel boost bumps off below 200. These checklist completed.
Spinner 505, descent flight level 100.
Okay.
Descending flight level 100. Spinner 505, 100 set.
Yeah, check. You didn't see that, did you?
No. Of course not.
Spinner 505, descent 5000 feet, QNH 1009.
Descending 5000 feet on QNH 1009er, spinner 505.
Right, approach checklist.
1009er set on my side, approach checklist. Cam signs on. Cam lights off, landing lights on. Ignition, normal fuel suites, normal altimeters, 1009er, reading 90.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Hydraulic pressure, 4x2 checked.
Yeah,
Cylinder brakes checked. Cabin pressure is checked and is descending. Weight and speeds discussed, 5, 15, 30, and seats are secure on my side. First checklist completed.
Yeah, maybe you can have a little chat with passengers.
Yeah, for sure.
Give them a little update, and then
okay.
We're all done.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
So,
I go off the GPS and inbound track 072.
072. I will set it on my side. For now, your call 1.
My one.
And I will talk to the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your co-pilot speaking from the flight deck. As you can see, we started our descent inbound Stuttgart. The weather at Stuttgart is good. There are some clouds, and as you can see from outside the window, there are not a lot of clouds. Temperature is 17 degrees, which is nice. We expect to land within approximately 10 minutes from now on. We ask you to please fasten your seatbelt and raise your table and put your seat in the upright position. And big electronic devices like your laptop or iPad, we ask you to put that away. Furthermore, we hope you enjoy your flight with AIS Airlines. We hope to see you back in the future. Thanks for flying with us. Bye bye. I'm back.
Very good. Well done.
So my COM 1 again. Approaching 5000.
Check. Nearly there, people.
Silence on the frequency.
Yeah, there's I mean, there's not many flights going, of course.
No.
Oh, come on, jeez. One more sector, Bram, and then you can go home again.
Can go home again, yeah.
Good thing about it all is that you're flying back.
Yeah. You can lay down.
I can go take a nap. So, right. Radio's alive.
Spinner 505, turn left heading 100, cleared VOR approach runway 07.
Left heading 100, cleared VOR approach 07, spinner 505.
Request descent 4000.
Yeah. Request descent 4000 feet, spinner 505.
Sorry, yeah, cleared 4000 feet, of course.
No problem, 4000 feet, spinner 505.
Okay.
Yeah, and the radio also with altitude. Yeah, we're there inside already.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Good weather. I love the weather with those small
Well,
clouds.
I've got the runway there.
Yeah.
And if you just run the distance versus altitudes, just as a backup.
Of
great.
course.
10.6.
Yeah, 10.6 Danish stars. It's a long time ago for me that I was at Stuttgart. I think 3 months ago or something.
Yeah, me too.
3.5, yeah. Still looks the same.
Spinner 505, contact tower 118, display 805.
Tower 118, 805. Good evening, spinner 505.
Flaps 10.
Speed is checked. Flaps 10. And starting descent 10.6 at 10 nautical miles 3810. 10 nautical miles 3810.
Gear down.
Speed checked, gear down. Stuttgart Tower, good afternoon. Spinner 505, establish VOR approach when 07.
Spinner 505, Stuttgart Tower, all the wind, 40 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Runway 07, clear to land, spinner 505.
Okay, I'll leave the radio for what it is, because I got the runway straight ahead.
Side. Check.
If you just run the altitudes, that would be good. 9 miles?
9 miles.
3490.
3490, so you're on profile.
Yes.
Flaps 20?
Just hold the flaps for just because we're pretty high still.
Yeah, we're pretty high, I see. And for 8 nautical miles, 3170.
Great.
And 7 nautical miles, 2850, you're on profile at the moment.
Okay, flaps 20.
Flaps 20, speed checked. Flaps 20 sets. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Ice suppression off, propulsion phaser off. And 100 RPM levers, there we go.
Yep.
Gear down 3 green, affirm.
Affirm.
Flaps 20, camera signal given. Autopilot yaw damper to go. And flow fence off. Landing checklist completed.
Autopilot not installed.
Not installed now.
I see 6 miles, 2350,
yeah,
slightly high.
2350, slightly high. And then 5 miles is 2210.
Flap 35.
35, and speed checked. And the yaw damper is off. And the flows, I'll put them off slowly. And 5 nautical miles, 2210, which is exactly on profile. Huh. And 500 feet, stabilized.
Cleared.
Check.
Runway and landing.
Check. 70 knots.
RPM 2. Taxi.
RPM 6.
If you like a backtrack, that's also approved. In this case, Hotel and Mike. Otherwise, next one left, Echo November Hotel Mike. That's totally up to you.
Thanks for that. We will do Echo and then Mike's 5 silver.
Was it Echo November, Mike?
Yep, that's what it says. I just will ask again. So the 575, just confirm Echo, then November, then Mike.
Echo November Hotel and Mike, yeah.
Hotel.
Thank you, Hotel Mike.
Okay, kustlock in.
Good luck in.
November is straight ahead.
Yeah.
And after landing checklist.
After landing checklist. RPM's taxi, airprotection off, strobe lights off, landing lights off, taxi light on, transponder ground. Weather radar standby, flaps up, trims neutral. And the lock gauge, flow selectors on. Air ground switches grounds. Stall protection off. Oil cooler flaps open, temperature control switches off, and the windshield wipers as required, not applicable after landing completed.
Well, folks, welcome in Stuttgart.
Yeah, welcome to Stuttgart.
I mean, we're the only living soul on this whole airport.
Yeah, I see a lot of aircrafts, but they are all packed and well.
They're all packed, yeah.
Yeah.
Eurowings, I think they got about like a couple of billion from the German government.
Yeah, just to the right here, to Lima.
Lima 2. Wow, that's a big undertaking over there.
Ja. In the Netherlands we should say dit is een ererondje.
Ja, rondje van de zaak.
Sad to see all those aircrafts standing here doing nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So 5-3, yeah, I see the marshal already.
Taxi light off.
Taxi light off.
After parking.
Park and brake.
Set.
Oil contamination. Checked. Flows off. Transponder standby. Taxi light off. Avionics off. Generators off. And engines stop. There we go. Yep.
After landing checklist.
And then camera lights can be on, DV windows.
Checked.
And then the beacons if checked. And the seatbelts.
Off.
Shut down the parking, completed.
Okay. Ja, danke, dass Sie gekommen sind. Ich hoffe, dass es wieder ein bisschen mehr Leute kommen, aber
Schauen wir mal.
dass Sie noch Vertrauen haben in uns. Ja, ich sehe Sie gleich am Montag wieder. Und eine gute Wochenende hier.
Ebenso, danke.
Das, Brauchen Sie noch etwas zu trinken für...
Nein, danke.
Nein? Oh, das Nur ein sehr netter Herr.
Hallo, was ist jeder bleibt an Bord?
Ja. Die bleibt an Bord.
So also after the flight, paperwork and paperwork again. This means that we need to write the times, arrival times, the total flight time, but also things like the fuel that we used and things like that. And we have to do it all on paper, which means a lot of writing work again. And as soon as we finish that, we are going to make sure everything is finished for the way back. We are going to put the GPS again on the right course, and we'll make sure that all the paperwork and that we have the weather again, and so on and so on. So a busy 15-20 minutes, and we make sure that we are saving around 5 minutes, something like that, so we can depart here on time again.
The passenger didn't turn up, Bram, so
Okay.
if you could start up and then off we go. Close the door again. It's my day. Oh god, these are so heavy. Closed. Check all the bolts if they're in the position, and then doors closed. Unfortunately, yeah, we were going to have only one passenger back and he didn't turn up. Check-in closed, so unfortunately we go without. Never mind. We do our best to fight this corona crisis, and you know, by operating our flights, we hope people will notice us again, and we get some more passengers again. Keep smiling.
Nou, moet je even een kabbetje hier zetten en dan kan deze ook weg. So, should I give you a short briefing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we are now at stand 53. Expect to taxi out via Sierra, then yeah, we are very short actually. Sierra, Lima, and then I think at Kilo or India we will join 07. Yeah, at Kilo, that's correct. Then we do the lineup, then takeoff, normal takeoff with flaps 10. In the case of an emergency before 70, we stop on the board for everything between 70 and V1. For major emergencies, red caps, and you fail your fire, you lose control. Anything else affects safety flight. And after V1 we continue, climb out till the acceleration altitude. We clean up, speed up, and do the emergency checklist, followed by the after takeoff checklist. We are doing the Target 2 hotel departure. That means that that's for runway 07. After takeoff, intercept Stuttgart radial 072 to 5.7 DME from Stuttgart is already set. Then we turn left, intercept Lübeck radial 152, inbound to Lübeck radial 277 to Afghan. 003 track to Tariq. That's a bit different as stated in the NOTAMs for the Tariq to hotel departure. A short look here. The minimum sector altitude is in the area we are going to fly 4,200 feet, which is the highest, and then 3,400 feet if you're going more north. Any special things anymore? Transition altitude 5,000. After departure, contact Lange radar immediately. 125.05.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think after takeoff we just get a direct to Tariq. That's what I expected. Speeds for takeoff 11, 40, 15 as calculated via Flickbestanden. GPS is set with the standard instrument departures. 11, 14 and 15. Yeah, we are lightweight.
11, 14, 15. Yeah, set.
So, if you're ready, I can ask for a startup.
Yeah, and that was a non-standard engine failure procedure.
A non-standard engine failure procedure, yeah.
Sorry, a standard engine failure.
A standard engine failure procedure,
On the other runways, non-standard.
Yeah, on the others, non-standard. Yeah, that's correct. So,
this is
we know what to do.
Yeah. Okay, we can start.
Yeah. Spinner 506, request startup.
Spinner 506, start approved, stable ready for taxi.
Start approved, welcome Spinner 506.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Main door, bolts, handle.
Closed.
Portable devices. Off my side, baggage area.
Secure.
Camera signs.
On.
Park and brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds, as discussed, 11, 40, 15 in crew briefing.
Yeah, set.
No
Understood.
questions. Nav GPS.
Set.
Power levers. RPM levers.
Taxi.
Top of vehicle checked on the right side.
My side.
Generators. Off. And fuel quantity.
Yeah, as discussed, what is it,
2,300.
2,300, yeah, more than enough.
Before start completed. Startup. PAX briefing.
Complete.
Door lights.
Out.
Out. Checked EDT.
EGT below 200.
Avionics.
Off.
Rotating beacon.
On.
DV windows close, clear my sides.
My side.
Vehicle switch is normal. Outside number 2, right is clear.
Starting to.
Rotation outside.
Inside.
Timing started.
Light up. Port pressure. Out of critical.
Check.
One light out. That light on. Start to disconnect. Stable.
Check.
Up. Disconnect.
It was a quick one.
Very quick.
Always nice.
Yeah, starting internal checklist.
Starting internal checklist. After engine start number 2, normal indications.
Normal indications.
Right generator.
Is on.
And the bus time.
Yeah, set.
Battery
Internal.
switch. GPU chocks.
Removed.
Generator load.
Sufficient.
And outside number 1 is clear. Engine number 1.
Starting 1.
Rotation outside.
Rotation in.
Timing started.
Light up.
Check.
Port pressure. Critical. Hold it out, bed light on, start to disconnect and stable.
Check. After starts. After start, generators.
Generators on sharing.
Avionics.
On.
And the air ground switches.
Air.
Cooler flaps.
Open.
Weather radar standby. Temp control switches. Auto. And the flow vents open. Hydraulic pressure.
Checked.
4 times 2 on the brakes checked.
Checked.
Flaps.
That's it.
Trims.
Set.
Flight instruments 1009er at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the bed warning.
Checked.
Airframe and protection.
Yeah, checked.
Propellant anti-ice.
Checked.
Windshield heat, on and rip, ground equipment.
Removed.
And start locks.
Released.
Seats and harness, secure my side.
My side.
And inflating on my side. After start check is completed, so we can ask for taxi.
Yep.
Spinner 506, ready for taxi.
Spinner 506, taxi holding point runway 07, right of clear.
Taxi holding point runway 07, spinner 506.
Kilo is that way, eh?
Yeah, is that way.
Okay, clear
right.
left.
Clear right.
Taxi light on.
Taxi light on. The right's clear.
Okay, all clear, taxi checklist.
Yes, taxi checklist. Transponder, ground. Taxi lights on, brakes and nose steering. Is checked. And the flight instruments checked on my side.
My side.
And taxi checklist completed.
And well, we're ready for reaching.
Yeah.
If you're ready.
I'm ready. If you're ready.
I'm ready.
And the spinner 506 ready up and reaching.
Roger, wind chill 90 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07, clear for takeoff, doei doei.
Runway 07, clear for takeoff. Doei doei, spinner 506.
Line up checklist.
Line up checklist. Strobe lights on, cabin signal given. Cabin lights off, gust lock handle full down, and flying controls, there we go. Tops checked. Flight controls checked. Bottom is ook checked.
Yes.
Checked, yeah. And then stop protection on. Windshield heat, transponder altitude, which is on my black, pitot which on flow fans off, open flaps normal, runway name checked, and cap normal, line checklist.
Okay, could you stick Lange radar in the backup?
12505 is it? I will check it. 12505.
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
RPM to flight.
Landing lights on and RPMs to flights. My tops.
Your tops. Set power.
Power set. Cap clear. Airspeed alive.
Check.
70.
Your controls.
My controls.
P1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. Gears up. Check flaps. And track 072 until 5.6.
5.6 check.
Acceleration.
Flaps up. Flows open and yaw level.
Flaps up. Flows open. Yaw damper on. Nee, 050.
125 050 turbulence.
Departure good. Evening, the spinner 506 passing 2.9, climbing 5000, target to hotel.
And climb power please.
Spinner 506 will identify climb level 140, passing 70 direct Abu Mo.
140, passing 70 direct to Boom. Spinner 506. Climb power coming out.
Okay.
So the sooner you climb, the quicker you turn. Gear flaps up, lights out. APR is off, flows open. Oil cooler flaps closed. Yaw damper is required, is on. Cabin pressure is set and checked. Turn it up a little.
Yeah.
Like that. Cabin pressure altimeter set and checked. 113 passing 57.
Yeah.
Climb power is set. Ice protection is required. That was off. Prop go on. Cabin signs off. Cabin lights on. After takeoff checklist completed.
Thank you. And 5.6 returning.
No, well, yeah, okay, yeah. 332.
332.
But it can also go in a minute to direct the boom.
Yeah. We're almost at 70.
It's not in here, boom. Oh, it is. Yeah. Direct boomer gives us 345.
345 check. 345 set on my side.
Up, GPS is active.
And I'm turning further 70 now. Can you give me a new direct?
New direct. Coming up. Sun.
Yeah.
So guys, how are you enjoying the flight here? It's nice, isn't it? I mean, I think it's really sad in this corona situation that we still have here to have a commercial flight completely empty with me being the only passenger. That's just sad. But nevertheless, it's great that AIS Airlines has been restarting the services and taking Air-Clips on board straight away. Thank you very much for this. Now here we are, from the passenger's point of view, it's an excellent aircraft. Super nice, old, British, classy airframe. You probably have noticed that the windows are super huge, and also there's an interesting gimmick that you would not find anymore on today's aircraft for sure, which is the location of the passenger lavatory. in the rear of the aircraft. If you walk down the aisle to the rear, you have it on the left side, right opposite the exit door, and there is no real toilet room. So you just open that door. Right behind you find the toilet bowl, and the toilet door, it just closes the gap to the cabin, so that basically if you have your business to do, you're sitting in the rear cabin facing the passenger exit door straight opposite to you. Unique design, very pragmatic, why not? Now that we got a bit of time here on the return flight and unfortunately no passenger to interview, let me give you a little bit of background on this particular airframe. You can see here on the safety card, it shows the registration, Papa Hotel, November, Charlie, India, a so-called Jetstream 32. Now, if you look at the outside of the aircraft, there's a silver plate next to the door telling you a different name. It says Jetstream Super 31. Okay, what do we learn from that? There's a Jetstream 31, and then there is a Jetstream Super 31, which you can also call 32. Here you go. So there is a few little differences between the 31 and the 32. For example, the 31 has only one overwing emergency exit. It has different engines, and there's more little bits and pieces that make a difference. The original airframe goes back into the times of the British airplane manufacturer Handley Page Herald. It was originally designated an HP aircraft, and then when during the production of this Jetstream here, when the manufacturer went bankrupt, there were then other investors taking over, keeping the production up, improving improving the engines. The original engines were much weaker, and with the new engines, actually, this aircraft in the end ultimately had the huge success that Handley Page Herald was originally hoping for. Hundreds of units were sold. Big sales were made initially also to America, and this particular airframe here was also one of those aircraft first going to the States. This old lady is 31 years old at this point in time. For a commercial aircraft, we could call it an experienced airframe, but for a Jetstream 31, it's still a rather young aircraft, considering the first flight took place around 1969-ish. So it was a couple of years later when this one was built. And this particular aircraft has a very long history of operating with different airlines. Very interesting. Too many airlines for me to memorize. So I have a little cheat sheet here. Let me just have a look. So it's serial number 844, and the first flight was on 24th February 1989. Jesus Christ, I was 12 years old then. Well, what did I do when this aircraft had the first flight? Very interesting. Delivery was to Nashville Eagle, and then quickly under the same registration, November 844 Alpha Echo, operating for American Eagle. It went to Sierra Expressway under the same registration in 1995, and then in 1996 the big change back over the pond came to Highland Air in Sweden, and Sweden is where the aircraft stayed for quite a while. After Highland Air, where it was registered Sierra Echo Lima Hotel Bravo, it then went to Skyways in 2000, and after that it went to Direct Fly. After Direct Fly in 2009 it went back to, you can have a guess, Skyways. And then, because they thought it was interesting changing the aircraft back and forth, in 2012 it went again from Skyways to Direct Fly. And then probably someone thought, let's give it a break, this is boring if we continue like that. And in 2013, finally, it found its new home as PHNCI with AIS Airlines at Lelystad in the Netherlands. And well, I wish you a nice continuation of the flight. Luckily, Edward, our captain, gave me permission to take the in-flight bar hostage here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much for AIS Airlines to take us on board on these early difficult flights with a little payload on board, and all the best of luck for the operations to resume normal, profitable in a very, very short time from now, hopefully. And keep in mind that AIS Airlines is also offering the aircraft for charter flights, ACMI operations. They are very experienced with that. So if you have any need for that or want to learn more about that, down here, right now, pure magic. You find the link, just go for it, have a look, and ask them, and they will make you a nice proposal. Have a good flight. Thank you very much for joining AirClips for this ride.
Very friendly, kind guy, Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just wait until we present him with the bill from us.
Yeah.
Joking.
Yeah, just a joke.
Just a joke. Just a yoke.
So only this camera is running and this one, eh?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. Then the LG doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, go on. I get really, you know, you still got me to deal with.
Of course.
That's our iPad, guys. It's a bit thick. It's an old-fashioned iPad, this is.
So next week you are scheduled for flying at the airline again? So
yeah, early Stuttgart.
Early Stuttgart, yeah. So
Which
no,
is just what
flying lessons.
just what I like. Early
Yeah.
Stuttgart.
Yeah.
So I don't mind getting up early.
Yeah.
You know, in my previous career as well, I prefer the earlies because I tend to go to bed, you know,
Yeah.
at a reasonable time. So if I do a late shift, by the time it's 10 o'clock I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's not good news, folks, with an aircraft without an autopilot.
And during the Corona crisis, 2 months, in the last 2 months, you did a lot of flight training.
Yeah, I was at the school doing in those little tiny dinky toy planes. It's fairly nice
to fly,
actually,
yeah.
because you know, and I do mostly ab initio basic VFR training, which is just fun. It's, I mean, I get to go all over Holland at 1500 feet and look at the landscape, learn those guys to land. Practicing stalls and steep turns, unusual attitudes. It's great. It's lovely. I love doing it, and you know, it's most of the students, they are very motivated and very eager. You know, obviously, of course, they're sort of selected in a way. So you guys are all the same. You know, it's a bit like you know the video of The Wall from Pink Floyd. You know, you got this machine who pops out equal puppets. Well, we pop out like Pink Floyd, equal pilots.
Equal pilots.
They're all are the same.
Yeah.
No, it's joking, but
no, I do understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's nice, but you know, now hopefully bit by bit this Corona disaster is coming towards an end. We'll start flying again. You know, I like this as well. You know,
the combination is good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but also be back on the line, and like today, you know, you have to pull the cart yourself.
Yeah.
You know, make it work. That's good. I like it.
Yeah. But I think for the students who are at Flight Academy, it's also nice to get some experience already from airlines. That you can give them.
Yeah.
And in average, just you already have a lot of experience. I'm not saying that you are old, but
Bram is. I've got a very sort of outspoken first officer here, but I don't mind. I like the guy. We've flown a lot of hours together, so
lot of hours,
I know who he is.
Yeah.
He's just like his brother. Well, folks, you know, time to wake up. It's time of cruising is over, and some hard work, descending, approaching, briefing. Here we go. Cabin pressure set. Coming down. Fuel quantity 1.8. Crew briefing.
yeah.
To go.
I will. Yeah. Would you like crew briefing now?
Yeah, I'll, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we just left flight level 140, descending 4,000 feet on the QNH 1010. We expect the AIS runway 07 at Munchos will chart 11-1. We listen to the AIS. Weather is no problem for today. No toms is discussed.
Yeah.
Aircraft is fine. We have the main facility 11175. I put it in Nav1 and Nav2, all active. And the final approach course is 070. ILS is altitude 356. And airport elevation 159, runway elevation 156. In the case of go around to Mr. Perch, we climb straight ahead to Mike Yankee November NDB, then we turn right to Hotel Mike. Climbing 4,000 feet at 70 Hotel Mike, we climb to 5,000 feet. Minimum sector altitude in the whole area is 2,500 feet and we start approach at 3,000 feet. Any special things to mention? I don't think so. If we landed at runway 07, we are turning right to leave the runway. Expect stand 8 as a normal routing since it's our home base.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, mostly we vacate at the end. It's a bit tight to vacate.
Yeah, I should vacate at the end. Yeah.
Okay, no questions.
And the speeds, yeah, we calculated. So
Speeds are
5, 15, 30 as calculated.
Yeah. 5, 15 and 30 set. Right, okay, it's understood. Few boost pumps, well they haven't been on, so they're off. Well, these settings complete. Approach checklist, cabin signs on, cabin lights off, landing lights on. Ignition is normal, fuel crossfeed is normal. Altimeters, QNH and cross check 1010 108.
108 on my side, check.
Hydraulic and brake pressure is 4 times 2 and checked. Cabin pressure is checked, cabin is coming down nicely.
Yeah.
Weights and speed set and checked, seats and harness are secure, the approach checklist is complete.
Check, thank you. Flight level 100, descending to 5,000 feet, still on the QNH 1010 as already discussed. Pressurization, yeah, we already did a approach checklist, so we'll be fine. Yeah.
Yes. Cabin's almost on the ground.
Check.
And ILSs are active. We're above 10, so we don't need anti-ice.
Right.
clouds were a few 3800, so we should come out. Descent 3000 feet, spin 506, 3000 set.
Check.
Usually from this side it's easy to find
To go.
so you can usually see Greven, the city of Greven.
Yeah. Which makes it easier to find the runway as well.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
On the right, you see 2
Yeah.
o'clock on the yellow bit there.
Yeah.
With the big hanger, a white hanger on the right hand side.
I think so, I see it.
Yeah. You got it.
Spirit 506, turn right heading 040, clear to LS 07.
Right 040, clear to LS 07. Spinner 506, approaching.
Check. Yeah.
You got it?
I got it. Ah, the glass looks already alive.
Check. I think he turned us in a little bit too
Early.
tight, so we might want to descend to 2500, but
Yeah.
we will see. Or maybe she's perfect.
Maybe she's perfect. Flaps then.
Speed check, flaps 10.
And yeah, look like as well.
Check. Flaps 10 set. Actually, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
I take everything back.
Gear down.
Gear down?
Yeah.
Gear down. Gear is down.
Check. Flaps 20.
Flaps 20. Flaps 20 set.
Check.
Spin the 566, established 07.
Spirit 506, thank you. Connect tower 129.805, goodbye.
29805, goodbye. 805. Tower, good evening, spinner 506, established ILS 07.
Spinner 506, Munster, good afternoon, wind 060 degrees, 9 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Goedenavond and clear to land 07, spinner 506. Right slow.
Yeah, so.
It's all on camera, man.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, Set Mr. Welsh altitude. And tickets above.
5,000.
Yeah.
5,000. And tickets above.
Lap 35.
Lap 35. Lap 35, sir.
A landing checklist was completed.
Not yet.
No.
The landing checklist. Ice protection is off. Prop seeker RPM reverse ready.
Yeah.
Gears down 3 greens. Yep, 3 greens.
3 green affirm.
Flaps 35 set indicating 35. Cabin crew signal is given. 8B yaw damper is off. Fence to the flows come off.
Thank
And
you.
Landing checklist complete. Right, 10 knots on the nose.
Check.
Cleared.
And stabilized.
And runway 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock landing. Gas lock.
Dinner 506, vacate via the end and taxi to position 8 via Alpha and Delta.
For Alpha and Delta, position 8, vacate via the end, spinner 506.
Cheers.
Cheers, have a great evening. Thank you.
Welcome back in Münster, people. We've done it.
After landing.
Yes, please.
The after land checklist. RPM taxi house protection off, strobe lights off, landing lights off, taxi light on, transponder ground. Weather radar standby, flaps up, and the trim's neutral. Bus lock is engaged, flow selectors on, air ground switches ground, stall protection off. Oil cooler flaps open, temperature control switch off, and the windshield wipers not applicable after the landing checklist is completed.
Okay. Shut down, please.
Shut down and parking.
Oh, boink.
On park and brake. Set. Automation. Check. Flows are off. Tech sliders off. Avionics off. Generators off. And engines stop.
Ew.
And cabin lights are on the V-windows.
Yeah, I'll give it
Checked.
There you go.
And the beacon lights and seatbelts. Shutdown and parking completed.
Okay. Thank you very much for looking in us on this lovely flight. You're lucky. It was a beautiful day. And thanks to Bram.
Yeah.
And myself. And the lovely passengers. So
Was a great day. Good flight.
we're going to tow this thing back into the hangar and put it to rest. And then we're going to see this baby again on Monday morning early.
Yeah.
So have a good night. Cheers.
Thanks. Bye bye. Well, and if we already told Ivor Twinwater, he's flying as well for AIS Airlines, and we also have an Instagram account, the Pilot Twins, and that's the Pilot Twins. You can follow us with, how our pilot life is. If you would like to see something about that, you can take a look at the description below. You can find more information about our Instagram accounts.